Welcome back to another episode of So You Think You Can Breed Dogs, my fellow members of the dog pack. I am excited for today's conversation because Jess is shining a spotlight on the future of the breed world. Joining her today is Sol Invicta, who you might know as at Neapolitan Mastiff on TikTok. She is a newer breeder who is in the deeply rewarding and absolutely massive world of Neapolitan Mastiffs. I love hearing Jess talking to breeders who are fresh on their journey because that passion, dedication, and willingness to learn is exactly what keeps their breed thriving, and Sol's love for these gentle giants is completely infectious. Before we jump into all things wrinkles and Mastiff love, make sure you're following along with Jess so you never miss a beat. If you aren't already, hit that follow button on Spotify, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check Jess out on TikTok at JessShark7. If you ever want to catch these interviews live and hang out with the dog pack in real time, Jess is live on TikTok every single Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For our edited episodes, you can expect a fresh drop on YouTube every single Friday morning, unless the pups are acting up, in which case we will definitely have it up for you by Sunday. Alright, dog pack, let's welcome the wonderful Sol Invicta to the show.
Welcome in, everybody. It is Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this every Monday night. We talk to a breeder. We call it a live conversation with a breeder. So you think you can breed. Tonight we have Sol Invicta. And Sol breeds, well, you've bred bullies and you plan to breed Neo Mastiffs.
Yep, I've been in Neos longer. I should have had my first litter by now, but that's a whole tragedy in of itself. So
yeah, so you had your female Mia?
Via.
Oh, Via. Okay. Did you try to breed her or?
Yes. So obviously she was health tested. The only thing she didn't have is the elbows because I did not know, you know what I mean, the whole extent.
Yeah.
We tried to breed her. She never got pregnant. And then before she was 5, she died of blastomycosis. Within like 11 days, she was dead.
And what is that?
So blastomycosis this is probably going to freak everybody out. There's no cure for it. There's no prevention for it. Blastomycosis is a fungus that lives in the dirt. And it's typically found in most moist soil or where there's a lot of dead, decaying leaves, wood. So a lot of dogs that are affected by it are actually hunting dogs because they're out in the field where it's wet and marshy. And when they get blasto, there is this dormant period because it goes to the lungs first because it's a fungus. And so it sits there and it grows and then it goes to the lymph nodes and then it just spreads like wildfire. And
oh my gosh.
There was nothing that could have been done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that like rare?
It used to be, but now we're seeing a lot more dogs getting it, unfortunately.
Wow.
And the only way you can really tell, so you're not really going to be able to tell with a basic blood test. You actually have to get a specific urine test for it. And by the time we found out that it was blasto, Via had already been to the ER because she was acting really weird. And they thought it was pneumonia. Because she was breathing hard, she was doing this. We didn't think to do a urine test because, well, it's not one of those common things. And so when she wasn't getting better and I went to a normal vet, she was like, I'm worried about blasto. And I was like, and that's
that's crazy.
Yep.
So how long have you been breeding? Did you say that you just had the one bully litter?
Yeah, so I have been involved with bullies, I think it was about a year and a half after I started with Neos, so almost as long. And
so how long is that?
Going on 7 years for Neos, so about 5 years for bullies, 5.5. And I got into bullies because my first ever dog was a Kaylee, and she was like a pit bull mix type of thing, and I loved her. She made me a dog owner, and I love bully breeds, but I didn't want something predisposed to same-sex aggression. I didn't want a pit bull, an Amstaff. I didn't want a Staffy. So then I found out about the American Bully and kind of went from there. And then Astra, who was my female, had one litter. She had her first babies the year she was about to turn 4. And I got what I wanted out of her, so she's going to be spayed.
Okay. So. Do you think that you will continue breeding bullies at all?
It's kind of up in the air for me at this point, just because a lot of the ethics within breeding bullies doesn't necessarily align with mine. Mm-hmm. And the few people who do breed them in the way that I feel appropriate, health testing, titling, there's not a lot. And those dogs are already heavily related. And you know what I mean? You're going to start bottlenecking the closer you breed. And your option is to either stay within those few lines that are health tested or just kind of caution to the wind. And it's kind of up in the air for me, especially when you consider too. So bullies are supposed to be companions. That's what they're supposed to be. Not a lot of people up until recently have really paid attention to temperament. So it's very hard to call a bully the perfect companion when we have just recently started breeding for that companion temperament. You know what I mean? It's not going to change within 5 years, even 10 years, you know? So it's really up in the air for me. I do have Hemlock. She is my little keeper. I think we will see. I'm hoping things start to change, keep going in a better direction, but it's up in the air. If not, I will spay her and she'll just be my pet forever. So.
Okay. So how do you know that bullies don't struggle with same-sex aggression? Because aren't they a mix of other breeds that you mentioned?
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem, and that's kind of why I find it kind of interesting that people are trying to claim that this is supposed to be the perfect companion temperament right now. Because they came from American Pit Bull Terriers, Bulldogs, breeds that are predisposed to same-sex aggression. Now, you do have some of those dogs that I kind of like to call them like a once-in-a-blue-moon dog, who they don't have any same-sex aggression, they don't have any this, they don't have any that. But I don't really think you can for sure say that an American Bully right now there's not the possibility of them being prone to same-sex aggression or having that still terrier-like attitude. And I think that is one of the biggest issues within breeding American Bullies. The fact that, considering people are now just really starting to focus on temperament, you're not going to get that perfect companion temperament within 5 years, 10 years, given the foundational breeds those dogs came from. This is going to take much longer. The breed is still in development. So I'm a very honest person when it comes to that. I say, this is what we're going for, but I do not believe we are there yet.
So I guess I'm just confused on why you chose to breed bullies if you acknowledge that they are still likely to have same-sex aggression.
Well, Astra has been great. She's been fantastic. I think it was more of the whole, I reached out, I talked to different breeders, and I was told, I think, the fairy tale version of what we want to think the breed is right now. And so I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's go for it. And she has been a great little perfect companion dog. But I think it's one of those things where you have to actually live with it, get your own idea of what they actually are, as opposed to just going to a breeder and saying, oh, here's the fairy tale version. And that's kind of goes back to, I don't really think the ethics of the community right now are exactly in line with what you know what I mean? Because I feel very strongly transparency is very important. And I feel like if I would have gotten a more comprehensive and straightforward, I probably wouldn't have gotten into them, maybe. Like, the likelihood of me continuing with bullies is very, very slim. Just because it's, like I said, the ethics for me are not where I feel they should be at all.
Okay.
So, yeah, and after I had my first litter, you start to learn more things. I feel like once I had my first litter, I got a little bit more of an insight as to what really the community was, that I feel like doors were opened now, like, oh, you've had your first litter. And it's like,
yeah. Yeah, I personally am not a fan of bully breeding, you know, especially at this time when the shelters are just overflowing with them. And it's just, I get that you want like a well-bred dog, but I feel like, you know, we went live with the Cane Corso breeder a few weeks ago that is not breeding right now because we're so overpopulated with Cane Corsos. So, and you mentioned Hemlock. I saw that you had posted that you were trying to rehome Hemlock.
I was considering rehoming Hemlock just for the purpose of getting her to somebody who would have more time right now to maybe show her or be interested in stepping into.
Uh-oh, you glitched again. Are you on Wi-Fi? We lost Sol. Hey, Rhonda.
Am I here?
Okay, you're back. Are you on Wi-Fi?
I tried to put on, yes, and I put on, what do you call it? Bluetooth too, to see if it helps.
Okay.
I'm kind of in a dead zone with where I kind of live, so sorry.
Okay, gotcha. It's okay.
But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying with the bully breeds in the shelter thing, and I do think it's very much. I would say, yeah, it's pretty much an issue. But I think with that is there's always going to be people out there who want to bully breed for whatever reason. And as we know, as with any shelter dog, you can either go and get the absolute perfect, you know what I mean, shelter dog, right? Or you can go to a shelter with somebody who there's a bully breed and they lie about the dog, right? And you have issues. And so I feel like American bullies, the idea of them for people who are wanting a bully breed is a good idea. I don't think we're necessarily where we need to be.
Yeah.
And that's
go ahead. We were talking about Hemlock. You said you were like thinking about rehoming her to somebody who has more time, and then Eddie too. Eddie, you were thinking.
Yes,
did you rehome Eddie?
Yes, we actually found Eddie. He was a little mutt dog that we had actually gotten from a rescue situation from Astra's breeder. She helps rescue dogs and stuff. And we took Eddie with the whole intention of he might stay here, or if he turns out not to be because we live in the city, not we kind of live in the city. Not really a city dog. Well, then maybe we'll try to find the perfect house for him, the whatever. And we actually did. We actually found a perfect family. They live on a farm. I fully vetted them. We had a phone call. I had them come meet him, and I made them sign an adoption contract too.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So, but Hemlock, I'm kind of on the fence about Hemlock. I love her. She's a great dog, but I think I want more time, somebody to have more time to show her and really get her out there than what I have right now.
Do you have another one that you kept back too?
No.
Oh,
no.
So that would have been.
So I just have Hemlock out of the litter of 4.
Okay.
Yeah, Opie, the boy, was placed in a co-owned home. Jessie was placed in a guardian home, and then Datura is actually with the stud owner because we did a pup back as opposed to.
So you did a guardian home, so you plan to breed that one?
It was up in the air. It's possibly. I don't think I'm going to, though. because she has a kink in her tail like her mom does. And the more I looked into it, the more I read about it, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to. So she has to stay intact till she's 2, though, so she can grow. And then, because she's in a guardian home, I will pay to get her fixed. And then I'll sign off on her.
Okay. And I saw Astra. I know you have your chick number on her. And I saw that she had fair hips. Did you breed her to a sire with like excellent hips or?
Good. He had good, and he had normal elbows. Because if you saw on there, she had the unilateral grade 1 right elbow.
Dysplasia, yeah.
Yeah. So that was, first off, me, my vet, and everybody else were kind of shocked because they were like, we don't see anything. And it was actually recommended by the vet and many other people that I go get a second opinion because they didn't see where it had that. But I was like, I'm not going to breed her again. It is what it is. But that's why she was placed or paired to a male that had normal elbows. Parents had normal elbows, and he had the good hips. So, because I wasn't going to pair a unilateral grade 1 to, another dog with a grade 1, even though, unfortunately, you will see that commonly in bullies. But I wasn't going to do it.
Okay. And I also saw that you like posted your puppies on Bullies for Adoption like Facebook group. Is that like your primary way of like finding homes for your puppies?
That was I have never had a litter before, so I was like, where do I post or whatever, and people were giving me recommendations of where to post them, and I had a lot of leads in there, and I was like, I'm not gonna do any of those. So I asked my breeder for like, hey, do you know anybody that you know? Because I was like, you live and you learn, and I will not do that again if I ever have another bullet litter.
Okay.
It's very much a live and learn experience, and once I was in there, I was like, oof, never mind.
Yes.
Yeah, so live and learn,
Facebook,
definitely.
Those groups are rough, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, they are rough. I actually think I'm still in one that I forgot to get out of. It's like Bulls Without the BS, and I'm like, well, there's a lot of BS in here, so I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, right?
It's bad. So, yeah, it was a live and a learn.
Yeah. Okay, and then another thing about the bullies... do you do show and title them? And like, what kind of stuff do you do with them?
So Astra was just done in confirmation because she had the kink in her tail. But she got her UKC championship. But with Hemlock, we do confirmation. I'm looking to do Fast Cat and all this stuff with her. That's the plan. Getting some sports titles on her. And with Astra, I'm actually thinking of putting her back out there in sports because she's very athletic, even though she won't be bred again, just getting them on there. But when I got her too, that was like my first intro to UKC and the sport dog world. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So, but yeah, that's the plan with Hemi. And I'm actually really hoping to get some like obedience titles on Hemlock because she's so smart. So smart. I love her.
Awesome. Okay, and so do you mostly do UKC? You don't do the ABKC, which is the American Bully Kennel Club?
I have not done the ABKC. One, because Astra had the kink, so she wasn't eligible. Two, I might try Hemlock in it. Maybe. I don't know. Again, because I've seen a lot of BS within the ABKC, and I don't know... I'm not too certain I want that attached to a puppy I produced because I don't. And so right now, Hemlock is only UKC. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to step foot in. I don't know. And then there's BRC, which I'm like, Oh, that's where you'll see like those micros and and I'm like, yeah, no thank you.
Yeah.
No thank you. It's a joke, unfortunately. And the ABKC is supposed to be, the parent club and the breed, and it's some of the most atrocious dogs are titled there. So,
Agree. Okay,
I don't know
glad to
if
hear
I'm
that.
going to. I don't. That's why, like Hemlock, right now, if you look her up, I haven't done any testing because she's only 6 months, but it's just UKC registered. There's nothing else.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad to hear that. So talking about Neos then, I know you said that you are in the Parent Club Health Committee.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, like, do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, we talked for about an hour, right? So I have always been ridiculously vocal about the health testing of Neos. Like annoyingly so, and I'm sure people who followed me since Via can attest to that. And I'm very controversial in the Neo breed because of it. Nobody health tests in that breed. Nobody health tests in that breed. To date, so you're familiar with the chick program, right? You do this. This is what you do. For Neos to get a chick number, it's OFA hips, elbows, ACVO eye exam, and either a basic or an advanced cardiac. I think basic is pointless. Giant breed, you should do the advanced. That's what's required to get a chick number.
Hold on, you froze again. Do 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, you're back.
I am so sorry. I live in the worst city for everything, including internet. I'm so sorry. Anywho.
It's all right.
Those are the 4 things Neos need for a chick number. Neos were accepted in the chick program. Same year they got full AKC breed recognition, which is 2004. To date, the last time we counted, I think there were 16 Neos who obtained a chick number. 16. There's no shortage of people out there breeding them. None. There's no shortage out there.
Really? Because I like never see them. Like I've only seen one ever, and it was at an AKC dog show.
When you're in the Neo community, you're like, oh, so why are these health testing numbers so low? Especially when you consider some people are charging $5,000 for a pet.
Yeah.
If you can charge that much, you can get your program tested.
Yeah,
If you are not testing your program, how can you call yourself a preservation breeder if you're not preserving the health first and foremost?
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm unpopular for a lot of people. I've had people tell me health testing in the breed is a theory. I've had people say they will not health test because they're afraid of what they'll find. And then to that I say, okay, but you're not afraid to breed the unknown. I make it make sense. And
Yeah.
I've been told, you're going to die on this hill. And, okay, fine. So be
Or
it.
hip dysplasia is not genetic. It's caused by environment.
Environmental, right.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, God. I've heard it all before.
Mhm.
And it's just insane to me because, and you'll see everybody say, ooh, preservation breeder. No, you're not. If you're not preserving the health first and foremost, you are not a preservation breeder. You can breed in type later. You can breed in a nice head later. I always say that a piece of crap wrapped in pretty wrapping is still crap. So it doesn't matter how pretty your dog is on the outside if it drops dead at 2, 3, And we owe it to people, puppy buyers, the breed itself, the preservation of the breed, to ensure that we're producing as healthy a next generation of puppies as we can. And people just aren't doing it. They're just not.
So do you think that they have the potential to be healthy? Because I
do.
I also wonder, like, I feel like some breeds, I'm like, do they even have it? You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, that's totally understandable. And I think when you look at a Neo, especially like as a breed as a whole, there's such a vast array of different types. You've got your really heavy disastrous hypertypes, and then you've got your types, and it's like, I thought that was a Corso, right? It's a huge spectrum. I do think they have the potential to be healthy. Do I think they're the healthiest breed right now? No, absolutely not, because nobody's testing them.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And you know, so and that's the other thing too, when people say, oh, we don't want to test because we're afraid of what we'll find, because then maybe people won't want to buy from us or whatever. But to that, I say, we cannot get better if we don't start. And continuing to breed the unknown is not going to make it better.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to go back to bullies, but to go back to bullies real quick. I found it surprising that you can get a chick number in bullies because they're not AKC recognized. How is that?
So the president of the UABA, who's actually Astra's breeder, was the one who worked really hard on that and pushed for it. And you don't have to be an AKC recognized breed to get it. There's a lot of breeds on there who can get it. And so Nikki, her name is Nikki Holcomb, she actually worked really hard to bring that to bullies, because when you go to her program, it's called Simply Bullies, all of her dogs are health tested. If you look up it, I believe she uses just SB on OFA, pages upon pages of her health tested dogs. And so she was really passionate about getting, you know, having a baseline standard that the bullies had to meet. And with the bully, because in the bully community, like Nikki and whatnot, feels so strongly about heart health too, you cannot just get a basic cardiac for bullies. You have to do an advanced cardiac with an echo, or it doesn't count.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so your Neo, you show him. Hang on, you froze again. Do 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 do. Okay, you're back.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's gonna be like 30 minutes of me just frozen.
No.
You were asking about Tobin?
Yes. So you show him. Does he have titles?
So he is. Yes, I do show him. So he is 9 points away from his AKC champion. He got both of his majors right away, and he's, I think, 30 points away from his UKC champion. I'm at his last UKC show he actually went to. He took a reserve best in show and best in show. I was shocked. I have a video of it, and the judge comes up and is like, oh, you? I'm like, me? Because I was up against some really beautiful dogs, and I was like, me?
Nice.
Oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, so, and Via, my girl I lost, she was titled to the nines. She was multiple best opposite sex in specialty, grand champion, bronze, international champion. She had an owner handler group 1, 2 owner handler group 3s. She was top 10 2 years in a row, and she took select at Westminster. So she was heavily touched. She is my first ever show dog. So I was really proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you do any sports with them?
I'm going to with Tobin. So I'm really excited. I'm waiting for Tobin's finals. Because I don't know if you saw, but he's got his prelim.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see his finals just to make sure like his hips haven't degenerated, and then I really want to do Fast Cat, because for a Neo he is ridiculously fast. And I'm actually thinking of doing like barn hunt with him, because they love to use their nose. So I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. Maybe even weight pull. I think
that would be fun.
Yeah.
So he had mild hips on his prelims. Yes. Are you just hoping that they get better?
Mild is actually pretty good for the breed. Most
really?
Yeah.
Because that's basically dysplastic, right?
Yes. Yeah. So when you look, I should have printed that out. When you look at his OFA prelim, it's only on the subluxation. And I think what's really interesting about Neos is you see the wrinkle.
Hang on, you froze.
due to,
You see the wrinkles?
yeah, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the wrinkles, you see everything like that. That's because they actually have like a connective tissue thing that makes everything in their body a little more lax. So that goes down to the hips as well. That being said, you can have Neos with good and excellent.
Is this what you wanted to print out?
Is that him? I think that's him. Yes, that's
it's
him.
your video.
Yes, that's him. I was trying to see if it was him or Astra.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I'm all about transparency.
Yeah.
So you can see there's no femoral head thickening. I can actually send you the report after this. It's just on the subluxation, meaning he's got some of that laxity, which is to an extent to be expected in Neos. Oh, really quick, here's the big boy resting in his kennel that we're talking about. How about this?
Aww.
Okay, let me go. Yeah, him's a big man, huh? We're talking about you. Good boy. You go outside. I'm gonna let him outside since we'll be sitting out there. But what I was saying, so even though Tobin has mild hips, he's not a breeding candidate. Reason being, he's one of the few Neos who we know his health scores on. You know what I mean? And we are starting at basically nothing. Again, we've only had 16 Neos with the chick number. And so I tell people all the time, right now, unfortunately, it is unrealistic to expect Neos with passing hips because nobody breeds for good hips, good health, you know what I mean? That being said, and I also think we have to be realistic with getting people to health test, because it's been generations upon generations of people saying, well, we're not going to health test because nobody else does. So I feel like we're at a really interesting point in the breed in regard to health testing where we have to say, okay, the bare minimum if you want to breed your dog.
What are you doing with the camera?
Oh, me? I'm not doing anything. That's my dog.
Okay.
Yeah, that's this one. So I think we're to a point in the breed where we have to say, you know, we need a bare minimum. We can't expect everything to be done at once. We can't expect everybody to just change overnight, even though it would be ideal. But we need to start somewhere. So, you know, hips, heart at a bare minimum, you know, before you breed. Because for me, I think those are the two biggest issues within the breed are the hips, are the heart. Yeah. So it's very unfortunate. I was looking at the numbers for hips tested in Neos, and all the way back from like the 80s, there's under 300 hips tested for the dogs. There for basic cardiac for the breed, there's I believe 38. For advanced cardiac, I think there's only 37 or 36. So when I say we are starting with nothing, I do quite literally mean nothing.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest issues too is where they do tend to health test, which is over in Europe and Italy. If we want to import a dog from there, you're not going to find many people over there who will hold a dog for 6 months.
Right. Yeah.
So that really affected us in a very negative way. But we're encouraging people, actually with the health, get out of my face, with the health committee, I wrote up an incentive. So this is our first year ever at the Neo Nationals. We're actually having a cardiac clinic that offers an advanced cardiac. And the incentive is the first 5 club members who are in good standing within the club who get an echocardiogram and make it public will be reimbursed for their ACVOI exam. So we're starting, and this is the year that people are going to be acknowledged for actually getting chick numbers. So they're going to get like medallions and an official like certificate and whatnot. So we're trying really hard just to incentivize people. Because there's no reason these dogs should be dropping dead at 3 of a bad heart or are a year old and can't move because their hips are screwed.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. So we're trying really hard.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Not to go back to bullies again, I'm so sorry, but like my questions are all out of order. So I was wondering, because I saw that the sire, I want to say it was who you bred Astra to, but maybe it was Astra's sire. Yeah, because, you know, Astra's dad. I was wondering how far back your bully pedigree goes that you know of, because Astra's dad, I think, only had prelim hips and elbows. From what I saw.
Are you talking about Raymond? I think that was his name.
I think so.
Stop hitting me.
Yes.
I think it goes back. So I think that was around the time Nikki really started health testing. So I don't know if she did pass prelims at that point. I don't know. I could definitely ask her and get back to you after the live. Be like, I'm not sure. But I do know Raymond only had his 1 litter, which was Astra and her sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think her mom has hers. Yeah, I know on the dad's side they do. Like my puppy's dad's side.
And do you know, I know you say you don't mess with ABKC, but do you know if they're trying to get FSS status in the AKC? So for people who don't know what that means, the American Bully Club, I was wondering if they're trying to get FSS status, which I don't even know what FSS stands for, but it's basically like the introduction, like when
it's like the foundation stock.
Foundation stock, yes. Yeah.
So the last I talked to Nikki, again, she's the president of the UABA and all that stuff. They are trying to. And I guess they met all the requirements, like you need X amount of years of documented pedigrees and all of this different stuff. I think the holdup is, from what I understand, is that they're waiting for like breed to back them, something about the Amstaff Club of America or something. So I don't understand the push for AKC recognition right now. I think we should be focusing our whatnot elsewhere, as in regard to health testing and weeding out all those insane breeders. So yeah, I think it's definitely on the schedule of things to do. That they're trying to get done, but I don't know when it will be done. I don't even know if it's obtainable, to be honest. Not with how divided the community is. Because you've got the UKC bully people who are all for it, and then you've got the ABKC people who are like, no, we're our own thing. We're keeping it here. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, you're your own thing, and your own thing is not a very good thing.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to brag about.
Right. That's why they want to keep it their own thing.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of ABKC.
Yeah, me either.
My big boy.
So you crop the ears on bullies and neos?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So my bully litter got cropped when they were 8 weeks. And then Tobin, he came cropped. He came cropped. But Neo's, if you notice, like when I showed you him, you couldn't really see pointy ears. That's because he has what you call a Naples crop. It's very traditional to the breed. It's where they crop them and then they make a little incision across the ear to create a hinge so it sits on the top of the head. So, yeah. So he gets the Naples crop.
And how do you take them to the vet for that?
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. He got done at Bristol Veterinary Services when he was a baby, and then my bully litter, we actually went all the way down to Tennessee to get them done. by Nikki's vet, because at the same time we also did the APET evaluations on them. So we did APET evals, and then the next day they got cropped.
What's APET evals?
APET eval is like a temperament eval. Figure out what's going to be the best home for them. Are they skittish? Do they startle easily? Are they going to be, maybe a sports prospect or something like that? So everybody got their APET eval done. I also did bear testing on 2 of the puppies because they were piebalds. And the deafness gene in bullies is very heavily attached to the piebald gene.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So I got Datura and Opie bear tested. They were both bilateral hearing. And I did that before they went to their new homes because I wanted to make sure they didn't go home and somebody was like, this dog can't hear me. What's going on? So I did that too. So.
And what's the purpose of the ear cropping?
For American bullies, I think more than anything, it's just genetic. Oh my God. Aesthetic for the American bully. I also think too, it's so one of the DQ ear sets for American bullies is bat ears, which is where they kind of just straight up. And I don't see a lot of American bully breeders breeding for correct ear set. So I think a lot of them just get them cropped to. For me, I like the look of a bully better cropped. So I got them cropped and then I took care of the aftercare so the new family didn't have to do it. So.
And then the Neos, is it aesthetic as well?
It's arguable with Neos. So I've had all together throughout my life, I've had 4 Neos in the house. 2 of them were to help out my, at the time, friend and mentor in the breed. When you have Neos with floppy ears, because the actual pinna of a Neo ear is so thick, they seem to get injured a lot easier for whatever reason, and their ears can actually weigh down the wrinkle into their eyes more. So yeah, but they don't have to be cropped. Whenever I have my Neo litter, it's going to be up to the person. If they do want their dog cropped, I will have him cropped by my vet, take care of the aftercare, do all that. So especially with a Naples crop because it is more advanced.
Okay. And you mentioned a mentor. So you have mentors?
I have a really good mentor still in bullies. Neo's is a different story. She was the one who got me into the breed, but let's just say I unfortunately, through a lot of people, found out she wasn't the nicest person. And also had some pretty shady breeding practices. So
yeah,
I parted ways with said individual a year ago now. So unfortunately, I still mourn the friendship and mentorship I thought we had. So, but it is what it is.
Gotcha. So do you feel like good mentorship is important, or like?
Oh God, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think good mentorship is the difference between somebody with a genuine want to get into purebred dogs, the difference between them potentially going unknowingly down the road of being a backyard breeder versus them actually going on to do something important and worthwhile for the breed. Especially when you find a mentor that wants you to be better than them. Because then that just means, for the mentor, you took everything that they taught you, you're applying it and you're trying to make a difference. And then I think that's also part of being a good mentor is wanting your mentoree to be better than you. Because if you just want to be the best and you want it to stop with you, I don't really think there's a point. Because when you hit that point, you're no longer willing to learn. You're no longer willing to, be progressive within your breed. So, but
Yeah.
yes, I do think a good mentor is essential. And thankfully, because I cut ties with my original Neo mentor, I found a lot of new amazing mentors within the breed.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Good.
so I'm not alone, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So glad to hear that. And I saw you post something about a potentially cryptorchid puppy that you produced.
Oh yeah, so we had thought Opie, he was the only boy. We thought he was going to be cryptorchid because he was having a really hard time with his testicle coming down. And I reached out to Nikki and I was like, hey, is there something maybe you're not telling me or I don't know about? She's like, no, not at all. Thankfully, it finally came down. He was just a late bloomer, but I'm like, I'm worried because I reached out because I wanted to set him up for success because, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe, it was my first litter. So, but
Yeah.
thankfully it came down. He was just a late bloomer, but it's all good now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I think that's all my questions. We can open up questions in the chat now. A Neo is a Neapolitan Mastiff. Where are they from?
They are from Naples, Italy. That's actually their namesake. They are from Naples, Italy. That's where they originated, and that's still the pride of Italy over there, the estate guardian. They're called the big dog of the little man, is what they're called.
Do they commonly have seizures?
No. Nope, that's not a known issue with them.
What was their original purpose?
Estate guardians and close quarter guardians. So this is not a breed, contradictory to belief, that was ever bred to go out, run for miles, go catch the bad guy. This is a dog who they instinctually stay close to home. They want to stay close to home. They want to stay close to you. And that's still what they're used for. And as a matter of fact, that instinct is still so alive and well with them. My Neos have all been amazing off leash, where we take them where they're allowed to be off leash. Amazing recall, and they don't want to be more than 20 feet away from you because of that close quarter guardian instinct in them, as well as the estate guardian.
Awesome. And Sam says hello and wants to know if you can talk about hypertypes in Neos and why people seem to miss how to spot it or one.
Yeah, so I think when you don't see well-bred Neos often, you're gonna look at a Neo like him and be like, oh, that's a hypertype, right? You're gonna look, you're gonna see the ring, oh, that's a hypertype.
Yeah.
Especially, but I understand, and the reason I understand is because when you see a lot of this propaganda against Neos, it's usually people using the really overdone dogs, the really, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's grotesque. But when it comes to hypertypes, there's a few things you can really look out for. Number one, can you see the eyes? Deep set, almost hidden, does not mean obstructed. So Neos should have deep set eyes. And part of the reason they have that deep set eyes, it kind of acts, I say it's kind of like their own personal rec specs, if you would. Because they're deeper set, because they're almost hidden, it makes it harder to get poked or something in it. But you should still be able to see them. If you shine a light at them, you should be able to see those eyes looking back at you. In a hypertype, you're almost never going to see those eyes because it's this little tiny hole that they can't see out of. Another big thing is, so when you read the Neo breed standard, it says abundant wrinkle, but not to excess. So if you're seeing a Neo and you're like, why on the face alone is there 100 wrinkles? You know, that's a little bit. And you'll also see it too, where the wrinkles on their nose, they'll be so heavy, so abundant that it almost looks like they don't have a nose. And their nares will be really, really close, really pink.
Like the big rope Frenchies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they'll have super excessive wrinkle. I'd say that's a really big one, is look at the wrinkle on their body. Is it excessive? Do they have those really heavy sores on their elbows, on their hocks, on their everything? Because that's where all that actual extra wrinkle is, and rubs and everything. Like Tobin, you see he's got his wrinkle, but it's not down to here. You know what I mean? It's not down to the floor. It's there, but it's not there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So will you be aiming in future breedings for more wrinkles, less wrinkles, or?
I am aiming for something like Tobin, maybe a little more moderate. So for me, I want a Neo that's functional first and foremost. I want a dog that if I put them out in my yard, they're going to be able to see a potential threat. They're going to be able to run towards the fence for a potential threat. So for me, I don't care about heavy type, the heavy wrinkle, the heavy. I want a functional dog first and foremost. And I think that's where a lot of discourse also comes from, is you'll see some people who will look at a dog and say, that dog's not wrinkled enough. Okay, but you can tell it's a Neo. It has appropriate wrinkle and it's functional. Give me that over whatever that sack is over there, you know? Stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will be breeding for so my ideal Neo actually is Unique Uprisings. Don't believe me, just watch. It's actually my friend's Neo. Her name is Agira, the dog. She is, in my opinion, the epitome of perfection in a Neo. She's absolutely gorgeous. Perfect. I love her. But like here's a good, so like you see Tobin's body, you don't see yeah, go do that. So you see that he's got wrinkle on his skin, but it's not.
No, you're not pointing the camera at him.
Oh,
other way.
That better?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see Tobin. You can see he's got the wrinkle, but it's not hanging. It's not. He doesn't have the buildup on his elbows, on his hocks.
Yeah.
You know, you can see it. It's there, but it's not
crazy.
You know what I mean? He's a very.
Do the wrinkles smell?
No, so the thing with Neos is, I can actually show you on my hands. So Neos naturally have an oil to their skin, and they kind of have like a hound musk to them. But this oil, if you look here, he just got it back yesterday. Do you see that? That's oil. And that's the oil, and that oil actually helps keep their skin healthy and everything, but they do have like a hound musk to them. But as far as like stinky, like yeasty, or no. Nope.
Yeah.
Now, if you get one of the hyper types, or if you get one that's just an absolute trash monster, then yes, they're gonna stink.
Do you do puppy culture?
Yes, I do puppy culture.
I think somebody asked about kids. Are bullies good with kids, and are Neos good with kids? We'll ask for both.
So bullies, when raised with kids, are great with kids. Neos are amazing with kids. The only thing is because they are so big, you have to be careful, because they like to rub against you like a cat, and they will do that to kids as well. And well, you know, they're huge.
Yeah.
Doggo boy.
Do you need to clean their wrinkles often, or does the oil clean it itself?
Yeah, no, I don't do any wrinkle maintenance at all.
Like,
the only
not
time,
like bulldogs, like English bulldogs that need to be cleaned all the time.
The only time I do major wrinkle maintenance is when I give him a full bathe down before a show, or like if it's winter and he's out eating snow, because he thinks he's a husky. Neos think they're huskies in winter. If it gets like super wet, I'll just towel dry it, but other than that, no.
Any more questions in the chat, guys? Reminds me of that one antelope that has red oil. Yes, they can smell yeasty, but that's my interpretation of the smell. Oh, return contract. Did you do a return contract with your bullies, and are you going to do that with Neos?
I absolutely did. I did that. And I also have a clause in my contract too that says if this dog is bred under, you know, like accidentally bred, if this dog is bred without my knowledge, if this dog, anything regarding that without a carefully planned anything, I have a clause in there that says you will be charged for puppy born dead or alive that is equal to the price you paid for the puppy. I don't want that, but it's more of a like, oh, I signed this. If this happens, that's a big fine to pay. So yes, my contract was extensive. And yes, they're due to come back to me. Actually, Jesse's owner, the Guardian Home, contacted me yesterday and basically said, hey, you know, things are getting a little hard. I just wanted to give you a heads up that Jesse may need to come back. I said, she's got a kennel here all day, anytime. And I told her too, I'm like, I have no issue keeping her here because I don't have a lot of dogs. No issue keeping her here until you get back on your feet. You know?
have 5 dogs, right?
5. I've got the Neo, 2 bullies, or no, now I only have 4 because Eddie found his home. And then I have CG, who's just a pet dog.
Can we see the rest of your dogs?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go inside. They're in their kennels right now. They were out yesterday, but it's like 98 degrees here, and I'm like, that's a bit hot. Watch out, Tobin.
Somebody wants to know if you can talk about SSA and Neos.
Oh, yeah, same sex. Tobin, do not run in the house. He ran in the house anyway. Whatever. Let me turn the light on real quick. So I'll start off with our pet girl.
No.
Yeah. So this is our pet girl. This is CG. Can you see her?
Yes.
This is CG.
Hi,
she's
CG.
She's our pet girl. I know. So that's her. And then this is Astra. This is the mama.
Hi, Astra.
She's a very good girl. And then this is her little gremlin, Hemlock. Hi, Nuggies.
Hemlock.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl.
Look, I have one that looks just like that, except he has ears.
Oh, yeah.
He's black, but...
Yeah. So that's our dog. So we only have 4 right now, and then Tobin's kennels.
Where'd he go?
Right here. It's the biggest one. So yeah, those are our dogs.
Milan,
oh my goodness.
Say hi.
Oh, he reminds me of a Kalia.
Who that?
Yeah, but yeah. So
was that your original dog?
That was that was my American Pit Bull Terrier mix. But yeah, so this is they rest at night before they go back out again. But like I said, it was 98 degrees out, so I was like, it's a little too hot to just be.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's them. And then like I said, CG is just a pet. She'll, she's not. So yeah, those are my babies.
And okay, so can you talk about the same-sex aggression real quick?
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely.
Neos.
So Neos are infamously same-sex aggressive. The males pretty much once they hit sexual maturity, Hemlock. Once they hit same-sex or maturity, it's pretty much don't put them around other male dogs. Now they can do okay if the other male is neutered and smaller than them. And they can do okay with something like a Brussels Griffon, something really small, because then they don't really view it as a threat.
Yeah.
They don't view it as competition. Tobin actually came from a house with Brussels Griffon and Moody. And then girls, I've noticed girls with supervision tend to have them together. But with the boys, once they figure out that they're boys and there's girls, just don't risk it.
Yeah. Hang on one second. I have an issue in the chat. I just need to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
She is muted. I think she got accidentally muted, guys. It's okay. I unmuted her. No worries. Okay. So sorry.
No, you're fine.
So, do all your dogs get along?
Mm-hmm. The only one, and this was entirely my fault. So the first time we attempted to breed Astra, she didn't take, and she went through a false pregnancy. And closer to her due date, when she was nesting and doing all of this stuff, I had CG out with her, and she had the thing, and they got into a scuffle. So now I only let them out supervised. But otherwise, yes.
Awesome.
And that was totally my fault. That was what, because I should have known, but I didn't. But like Astra gets along with other females, males, CG does, Hemlock does, Tobin surprisingly does, but that's because his grandpa was a dog named Apex, who was like a golden child because he loved everyone, even intact males. Like some of his best friends were intact male Neos. So Tobin got that from him.
Yes, Tobin is her only Neo right now. Her other Neo passed away. Did you say that you went to Westminster?
Yes.
Was that with Via?
Yep.
Yeah.
2024 or 3. I think it was 2023 or 4, one of those years. And she took Select.
Okay, yes, she does puppy culture, socialization, desensitization, with the puppies.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions?
I know.
You don't sell a bully for bite sports either. Did you sell a bully for bite sports?
I had somebody who took Opie, he is the boy, who was interested in doing bite sports with him, and we talked about it, and I'm kind of up in the air with it. It's kind of a point of contingency within the Neo breed. Do you do it? Do you not do it? Or the Neo, the bully breed, do you do it? Do you not do it? So we're still kind of, well, I'm kind of on the fence about it. So, but she does do bite sports with like her presses and stuff. So at least there's some experience if, I give the go ahead. But I haven't fully decided.
Okay. What's the life? Oh, Opie's balls didn't drop, they said.
No, last time I checked, I talked to her, she said they dropped.
Okay.
So,
hang on, there was a couple of questions. What's the life expectancy on Neos?
8 to 9 years. Some of them have gotten up to 11.
Somebody wants to know, can you talk about Tobin's stud contract?
Oh, yeah. So, Tobin hasn't been studded out yet. But his stud contract is basically if somebody wants to use him, the female has to be a minimum of 24 months. And back to the health testing thing, since nobody does it, I can't expect everyone to jump on it. But at a bare minimum, they have to have an advanced cardiac on file that's passed and made public and at least hips done in order to use him. If nobody does it, then he's just not used. So that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna go back on that.
Yeah. Her female lived to 5, but she passed away of a fungus.
Yep.
There was a fungus.
Yep. Blastomycosis.
Most common health concerns with Neos.
Cherry eye and bloat.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Would you consider your bullies pocket bullies?
Yes, that's the height. They are. Yep, pocket.
How do you socialize them to prevent aggression? How do you motivate, train them?
So I take them out a lot. My dogs pretty much go everywhere with me. Where it's appropriate, I should add. I'm not one of those freaks who takes my dogs into Walmart. So do that. When they were puppies, once they were 7 weeks, I started taking them out to like pet stores and little carts, letting them see people, meet people. I had people come over when they were really young that I trusted. And bullies are so food motivated and so they really want to please. So it's so easy to get a bully to really work with you because they want to. So there's not a lot of, oh, we got to motivate you. Now the Neo, that's a different story.
Okay.
Stop it.
Is your main goal to breed Neos, or are you hoping to breed any other breeds in the future?
My main focus is Neos.
Okay.
That's why I said with, like we talked about earlier, I'm not sure if I'll continue with bullies because my main passion has always been the Neos. Hence why I'm so heavily involved and, on the health committee. And there was actually talk of me being the head of the committee next year. And I was like, oof, okay.
Okay, last call for questions, guys, and we can start the poll if we think that this is an ethical breeder or not. The poll will be up in the top left-hand corner right here. It will be on a timer, so make sure you get your votes in as soon as you see it pop up here. Are they prone to cancer, Neos?
Yes, unfortunately. Biggest one being osteosarcoma.
It's like the worst one. I mean, they're all bad, but ugh.
It is. Hemlock.
What gives you hope for Neos compared to bullies in terms of the betterment of the breed? Poll is up, guys. Go vote.
So hang on, let me let Hemi out real quick. She got potty. So I think it's more realistic for Neos to be on a right track. Reason being, the people who have Neos don't necessarily just have them for, I guess, a status symbol, if you will. So there's actually more care into the breed. There's more respect for the history. There's more respect for the actual breed as a whole, as opposed to a lot of these people who get into bullies and they get into it because I don't care about the health. I don't care what the breed looks like in 100 years. I want to look cool right now. You see my big chain on my dog? Mm-hmm. So I think there's definitely more hope for Neos, and that's saying something. But we've got a lot of people who are really starting to put in the effort with Neos to get the chick number, to start doing echoes on their dogs. And so I'm really excited. I'm hopeful. I do hope that the niche community of people in the bully community keep doing what they're doing. I feel like if they keep going in the direction they're going to get to a place they want to be. I just hope they don't lose sight of what they're trying to do, because then that's a total backslide. And that's why with the Neos too, we are on such an upward momentum in terms of solidifying the health that we cannot backslide even a little bit. Because as it is right now, I don't believe if it keeps going, the breeding practices of Neos, if it stays the same as it is right now, I don't think in 30 or 40 years we're really going to be able to come back. I really don't. So I think we're really at this tipping point where if we don't get to the other side of that hump, we're not going to have anything.
Yeah.
And it's just going to die out. And it's going to be nobody's fault but ours. The people who claim to love them yet can't do the bare minimum for them as a breed. So I'm hopeful. And like I said, the bullies, they've got a few very dedicated people. So I think if they put their head down, they kind of ignore all the noise, they can kind of get to where they're wanting to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, the poll is complete. We switched it up a little bit this week. We gave 3 options: yes, no, and this breeder could improve. So out of 86 votes, we got 58.14% yes, good breeder, 10% no, and 31% this breeder could improve. So I think,
That's fair.
those are great results.
I think that's very fair, especially considering I've only had one litter. I think that's very fair. And if there's anybody who has any sort of suggestions for me, my box is always open. Because I mean, we're not going to get better if we're not open to learning. So,
Exactly.
But no, I do appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody listening to me ramble, and I appreciate you having me on here. It was very fun. Now that we got the internet to work.
Yes.
Which that was a great thing. The reason it started working is because I'm on 5G now.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Go figure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I
Yep.
appreciate you so much coming on here and talking to us.
Yeah.
I know it can be difficult, getting up on here, and there's a lot of people that watch and a lot of opinions. So I appreciate you being brave and taking the time. And, I'm not gonna lie, I went into this with very like preconceived notions when I looked at like your health testing and bullies. Like I was very judgmental, and I was like, this is gonna be so bad, but like it went so much better than I could have
Thank you.
expected. I'm like super against bully breeding, but I think as far as bully breeders go, like if anybody's gonna do it, it seems like you are doing it the best possible way. So I appreciate you for
it.
that.
I really do. And I totally appreciate and respect your views too, because I totally do get where you are coming from.
Thank you.
1000%. And I do appreciate everybody who was willing to listen about the two pretty controversial breeds I have with an open mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very nice. So I appreciate it, and I'm glad that I was better than you expected.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Because listen, we've had a rough couple of weeks, and
Oh yeah. I've watched some of them. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I love what you do. I think it's very important.
You.
I think this is an essential resource for people who, because if you're not in the world, it can be a little confusing trying to figure out what's an ethical breeder, what's not an ethical breeder. So I feel like this is such a great resource for people to actually hop on, listen to people, see your calls. So I think it's great. I love what you do. And it's so just funny. I can't tell you how many times I've watched your breeder calls and I'm yelling at the phone, like, genetic testing is not health testing. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. All right, guys. Everybody make sure to go give them a follow, and we can see how your journey goes. And I hope, can't wait to see the future of your Neo program for sure.
Thank you so much. It was nice to talk to you.
You too. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Do not forget. Okay, she got it. Good. We didn't hit the gift goal yet, but if we hit the gift goal, we will spin the wheel and do a random call. Also, make sure to follow me if you haven't yet. If you guys came in late, these replays will be posted. Make sure to follow me on Spotify and YouTube. They're in my link tree. We just posted the Doodle Breeder up on there if you missed that. So we're always posting, the replays of the lives. Because I know a lot of y'all came in late. I saw you asking questions that she had already answered. So if you guys want to go check out old videos, I have a playlist on my TikTok of breeder lives, which is a compilation of these, but also we're starting to just put them on YouTube and Spotify now as well.
And that is a wrap on an incredible episode. A massive thank you to Sol Invicta for coming on today and sharing her journey with us. It is so inspiring to watch a newer breeder bring this much passion, humility, and genuine love to the Neapolitan Mastiff community. The future of the breed is going to be in great hands, and I cannot wait to continue to watch her grow. Thank you as well to the absolute best community out there, Jess's amazing dog pack, for hanging out with us today. Your support means the world to us and to the guests that we bring on the show. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Hug your pups tight, and we will see you all in the next episode.